Hello, and welcome to today's podcast where we are going to be talking about everything about the emotions, the emotional body. The emotional body is so important. If you want to be happy, that takes your emotional body. If you want to feel love, that's all about your emotions. If you want to feel compassion and understanding and care, gratitude, appreciation, that comes from your emotional body. If you want to find inner peace, so many people are looking for inner peace. Again, your emotional body. Intuition, clarity, even creativity, all takes a connection, strong connection to an open heart, to your emotional body. So today, let's explore how to connect with your emotional body. Welcome to Mattain, Attain the Life You Desire podcast. I am Manal, and I am so excited to explore episode 14, Understanding Your Emotions. Your emotional body is one of the most critical. We've got 4 bodies, the emotional, the mental, the egoic, and the physical, but the emotional body is critical, and we are going to explore why today. May we explore everything to do with body, self-image, body image, intuitive eating, bad habits, and exercise. And this month, we are going to be exploring emotions. It's all about your emotions. Today, we're going to be talking about understanding your emotions. Understanding your emotions so you can utilize them to your best. Next week, we're going to talk about anger. And again, how to use your anger to your advantage. How to use your anger to your advantage. We're going to be talking about loneliness, overcoming your loneliness. And we're going to end the month with talking about manifesting your dreams. Your dreams come from your heart, and manifestation comes from your heart. And that requires your emotional body to be in its greatest strength. Send your feedbacks. I've loved all the comments, and I've loved the growth and explosion, I'll say, the growth and the expansion that we've all witnessed in May and in April. Let's keep it going with our emotional body. Let me know what you feel. Let me know what you're thinking. And anxiety is when we're suppressing our emotions. It's when we're suppressing our fear. Today we'll be talking about how to open up our emotions, understand them, become aware of them. But if you're feeling anxiety, you don't need to. Go to my website, www.mattain.me/anxiety, and download 10 steps to letting go of anxiety. I hope to see you there. So let's get started. The Mattain philosophy, for those of you that are new, I'll walk through it. For those of you that know the philosophy, it's going to reinforce it. We've got 4 bodies. So as a human, going through the human body, if you can start to visualize how powerful you have 4 powerful bodies, start to understand the role and the power of each, you'll start to have a really empowered life. It's all about attaining the life you desire. That's what Attain is all about. And it's through a strong understanding and connection with your 4 bodies. Your egoic body is where you carry your beliefs. I am X, I am Y, I am Z. And ultimately we want to get to I am. I am. I am love, I am purpose, I am worthy, I am free. I am happy, I am one with the universe, I am. But there's a lot of misbeliefs that we have picked up on this human journey. And so together in Mattain, we just detangle from those misbeliefs and calibrate back to I am. And that's what every single meditation, podcast, live, talk, inspiration that I do is guiding back to the belief of I am. I am human, so I am worthy, free, beautiful, amazing, wonderful, and happy. We've got our mental body, and the mental body is the thought, the analyzer, the processor for the egoic body, and for the emotional body, and for the physical body. And our brains and our minds are absolutely powerful when we tool them in the right way. So our mental body is an expression for our emotional body. Our emotional body is what we're going to be talking about today and all month. Our emotional body is where we feel our emotions. Now, the word feel can be applied to the emotional body or the physical body. When I talk about right now, it's the emotional body, our feelings. And on the upper end of the spectrum, that's the feelings of appreciation and gratitude and love and happiness and bliss and joy and peace. And those feel amazing. And on the lower end, we're talking about anger, frustration, sadness, a lot of the dense loneliness, a lot of the dense vibrations. And all emotions are powerful. And this is what we're going to continue to reinforce this month, how powerful every single one of our emotions are when we use them that way. And then finally, our physical body. This is the physical body that we are in, and it represents also our life journey. So the judgments and how we hold our physical body in our life journey is how we physically feel. See, I'm using the word feeling again, but with the physical sensations rather than the emotions of feeling. So there's a lot of words that could be applied to different bodies in different areas. So I'm going to be distinguished when I use a word, what body we're applying to. So our emotion and our emotional bodies are so powerful. Society has conditioned us to not honor our emotional body. There's becoming more of an awareness, and we have emotional intelligence and emotional awareness. So there is much more unfolding and opening and acceptance of the emotional body. But in general, society has taught us to rely on our minds, to be analytical, to be overthinking, to be goal-oriented, to be process-oriented. And a lot of that is the mind, just using the mind as our tool. But when we use our emotions as our tool, it's really powerful. So we have been conditioned to do a few things. The acronym I use is PAINS. We have been conditioned to project our emotions. So we might be angry and we end up being sad, or we might be sad and we project anger because we're not connected or feel safe to project our sadness or our anger. So I see different types of people. Some people that are depressed, and it's because they have so much anger in there, but it's not safe to show that anger. So sadness is what they do. Or somebody that's really sad and they are angry because it's not safe to be sad. So I've seen both sides, but we will project. So that's one form of projection. Rather than being sad, I'm angry. And rather than being angry, I'm sad. Another projection is that I'm mad at myself. I don't feel worthy. I feel unfree. And then I project it on my relationship, or I project it on my job. I project it on somebody cutting me off in traffic. And ultimately, it's not that relationship or the job or the traffic, but it's how I feel about myself. So a lot of the ways that we cope with emotions is projecting it into something else because we're not aware of it. We don't honor it. We don't see it when it starts at its root. Another thing we do is amplify, and they're all connected. So sometimes something small will make me react big. The reason I'm reacting big when it's something small is because I actually suppressed it or negated it or projected it or intellectualized it, all of these PAINS acronyms. I didn't honor it the first time. So it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back, that at the end of the day, then it becomes amplified. Maybe the big thing becomes muted, but the small thing becomes amplified because we haven't learned to safely, healthily deal with our emotions. Another thing we do is intellectualize. Oh, we do this so much here. Intellectualize. Oh, I shouldn't be angry. Oh, I should be thankful. Oh, I should feel lucky. When I look around the world, these are first world problems. Intellectualizing, using your mental body to intellectualize and to give a different logic why you should not feel that way does not work. And then what you end up doing is projecting or amplifying, or the next two of the acronym, negate or suppress. And they're both very similar. Negate is, hey, this doesn't exist. You're making it non-existent. And it's sort of like intellectualizing, but maybe there's no intellect in there, but it doesn't exist. Not willing to see your pain, your emotion. And I see that in a lot of male coaching clients where there's been a stronger conditioning for men and boys not to show their emotions. And so they just don't even see. It's like, how do you feel? And the answer is the mind. So no. How do you feel? And there's not even a connection to what it feels like. It's just a story and an intellectualization of it. And the last one is to suppress it. So maybe you're angry at a scale of 10, and then you make it a scale of 2. So it's not bad as negating. You're just suppressing it. But still, you're not honoring the scale of your emotion. So emotions are so important. Emotions are the tool to guide us to our desires. Every emotion is an indication of something that is unwanted. So let's break this down. Angry. Anger is such an easy one because we all feel anger. Well, we all feel everything, but anger is a emotion that many of us can relate to and understand and not have to decipher it, like frustration or... Anyway, let's talk about anger as I digress. You feel angry about something. Somebody cut you off. It's such easy. It's an unpersonal one that we can all relate to. You're driving and somebody cuts you off and you feel angry. And that anger is an indication of what is undesired. So what's not desired when somebody cuts you off? What is it that you feel? Maybe disrespected. So that disrespect actually feels like you're not worthy. So boom, cut you off. It's like, ooh, that was not nice. That was not kind. That was not respectful. That did not make me feel good. Ooh, that person made me feel unworthy. Now that made me feel is the projection. Nobody makes you feel anything. What you feel is a reflection of what's already inside you. So somebody cutting you off was actually a projection of a lack of worthiness that you likely feel in life already, but you haven't acknowledged it. You've maybe negated it or suppressed it or intellectualized it. So pain probably always happens in some magnitude to every incident, and maybe it's a smaller amount of projection and less of suppression, or vice versa, depending on the situation. But every emotion is an indication of a lack of connection with the desired state. And for those of you that follow me, there's a desired state for 3 things: for worthiness, for the feeling of freedom, and for happiness. So again, somebody cuts you off and boom, they're going to make you late. Again, projecting, make me late. Well, when they make me late, that feels like I have no control over my life. I am not free. Somebody cuts me off and I was relaxed and happy, and then all of a sudden I'm mad and I desire to be happy. And then the beauty is, if you can recognize the small little incident and then recognize this is a belief that you hold about yourself, your life journey, and the universe as whole of what's going on, then you get some powerful insight about what is going on within you. So our emotions are fantastic, and it guides us to a recognition of our detachment or unalignment from the unconditional 3. worthiness, freedom, and love, happiness, bliss, and joy. So our emotions are here to guide us. So if you want to feel good, and feeling good means peace, and happiness, and bliss, and joy, experiencing laughter, which is an emotion, but a physical activity, which is an expression of joy and happiness and ease. If you want to feel at ease, that's all coming from your emotional body. It's your emotions, your heart exuding a sense of comfort and love, appreciation, gratitude for life. A lot of people say they want to feel clarity. They want to connect with clarity. Well, clarity means not that your mind is clear. It's your mind is aligned with your emotions, with your heart. Because a clear mind might say, I have option A or option B, and be able to see, I could do A, B, C, D, or E. That's a very clear mind. But clarity allows you to say, and this is the choice that I want. I want choice A because this and that desired state, that clarity in what your desire is, comes from a strong emotional body. So clarity is not a mind processing individually. It's the mind-heart connection, the mind-emotion connection, because your heart will feel at ease. It will feel comfort, feel excitement, it will feel satisfied. It will feel happy. It will feel blissful with the choice that you're making in your mind. So clarity means the beautiful play between your mind and your heart, your emotional body. Intuition. Some people are trying to develop your intuition. Well, intuition is your egoic body, your sixth sense, your connection with spirit, connected to the emotional body. So clarity is to the mind of what intuition is to your egoic body. So if you're trying to develop your intuition, your emotional body, so that again, that feels, oh, this message feels like truth, feels good. I have this instinct. I have a feeling. My gut says this. So my gut, my instinct, my feeling, that's all coming as an expression of your emotional body that's receiving and processing clarity. And that clarity comes from a strong feeling of knowing. Just, I know, because it feels so good and so right. So, I hope I have demonstrated that your emotional body is critical to finding and aligning with a beautiful expression of self, of living an amazing life, of loving yourself, of feeling good, of creating and enhancing your clarity and your intuition. So how do we move from pains, projecting, amplifying, intellectualizing, negating, and suppressing, to aligning with your emotional body? It's easy. First of all, you can. One of the things that I love to say right now is if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, think again. So number one is you can, and it doesn't matter where your emotional body is right now. If you create the intention to strengthen your emotional body, you can. So step one, if you know my 5 steps, step one, awareness. Step one, awareness. So now you start to become aware of your 4 bodies, your egoic body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your physical body. Today we're talking about the emotional body. So you become aware. Aware, and the premise is my emotions are powerful. The premise is I have developed a conditioned pattern of projecting, amplifying, intellectualizing, negating, or suppressing my emotions. And I recognize that keeps me from being the person I desire to be, of attaining the life that I desire, of living the life that I want, of achieving the dreams that I want. And I recognize that all I need to do is start to become aware, that I will start to develop my emotional muscle, that I'm going to start to really develop, connect, love, honor, play with my emotional body. So what does that mean? That means when somebody cuts me off in traffic, that anger, and rather than allowing that story to say, that person, they did, I will be late, I'm out of control, they made me mad, we just stop and go into an observer state of observing your emotion. Wow, that's a really strong shift from being at peace to feeling a strong sense of anger. Wow, that was really quick. Wow, that was really intense and strong. Wow, look when my anger spikes, what my mind does. Wow, I can't think as rationally. Ooh, there's a really strong story of being disrespected. Ooh, there's a really strong story of somebody being rude. Ooh, I feel unworthy. Ooh, I feel like I'm out of control. Ooh, I'm really angry and mad. And you start to just become aware, not judging, just becoming aware, a third-party observer, an explorer, curious, of starting to disentangle your emotional reactions from your mental reactions. Because most people think it's your mind that you need to control. There's nothing to be controlled. Everything is to just be allowed. So become aware. And that awareness takes as long as it needs to be. It's a muscle that you're developing. It's a muscle. So watch your pattern. Do I feel like I want to project it? Or do I want to amplify? Something small gets bigger. I'm trying to intellectualize? Oh, maybe they're late, or maybe they're this, or maybe they're that. I shouldn't overreact. I shouldn't. Intellectualizing has the should in there. Or negate it. I shouldn't be feeling this way. That's, I guess, negate could say the should too, or suppress it and just try to turn off that anger. Just watch the pattern that you fall into and just smile at your willingness to start to see patterns you likely have adopted over a lifetime. After you've become aware of your four bodies and aware of the play between the four bodies, and this is something that we do ongoing together as a community in Insight Timer and on YouTube and on Instagram. It's a skill that we're going to develop. You didn't walk in a day, so you're not going to develop your emotional body in a day. The awareness, boom, immediate. But the developing of that muscle, just like we go to the gym to work our biceps and to work our triceps or to work our quads, our emotional body and developing it, it's just going to take the time that's best for your highest good. We're not going to limit it by time, but we're going to honor the journey of building that muscle. So after you become aware of the four bodies, it's all about acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. What was undesired? Being cut off, feeling mad, feeling out of control, feeling disrespected. So what is desired? Oh, to be happy. Oh, to feel free. Oh, to feel unworthy, to feel worthy. You want to get to the lowest common denominator as you can of what your desire is. I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want to feel capable. Capable is a projection of feeling worthy, or sometimes it's free. Figure out what it is that you want. So then acknowledge, wow, my emotion led me to a deeper understanding of what is wanted. Through what is unwanted, I discovered what is wanted. Then you start to move to step 3, naturally, of appreciating that person that just cut you off. Because that small traffic incident allowed you to understand at a greater level a pattern that you have played for most of your life of feeling disrespected, which is actually an indication of wanting to be worthy, of feeling angry when you really want to be happy, of feeling out of control when really what you want is freedom. So can you see that once we move to an explorer state, to an open state, to a third party curious state, that everything that happens to you can be an amazing catalyst for your growth and your expansion? And how can you not appreciate everything that happens in life? So step 3 is appreciation. And because you became aware objectively, without judgment, and you acknowledge what is desired, and you start to appreciate that whole journey and that learning cycle, that it's a learning cycle, and it's nothing bad that's happening, nothing that's happening to you. This is not personal. It's a learning opportunity and cycle. Your emotion is shifted from anger to curiosity to appreciation, and now you can let go of the anger. Let go. And maybe the first time it may be harder, and the second time it becomes a bit easier, and then easier and easier and easier, until you see that switch of going from 0 to 10, easy to angry, goes to 9, and then 8 and 7 and 6 to 5 to 4. You see the amplitude dropping. Then you also see that length of time of feeling angry starts to decrease. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you measure your growth based on the amplitude and the frequency and the duration getting smaller. Not by it not happening. You're a human. It's going to happen. It's by watching the patterns improve. And then you start to let go and surrender. Surrender to the beauty of life. So let's work together to develop our emotional muscle. Everything I talked about today is covered in much more detail in my flagship course, Mattain, Attain the Life That You Desire. Our emotions, all 4 of our bodies, are extremely powerful. And when the 4 of them play together, we live the life we desire. Our emotional body, our heart, our feeling of love and compassion and appreciation, satisfaction, is the leader. It's the command center. It